Hi, preschool friends. I cannot believe it's time for our last video. I can't believe the school year is already done. I can't believe it's been so long since I've seen you and given you hugs. And I can't believe it's almost summer. I hope you guys had lots of fun yesterday, hopefully with family, playing outside because it was so beautiful. And that you ate lots of yummy food. I wish I could hear all about your guys' Memorial Day. So for our video today, we're going to read this book. It's called The Koala Who Could. And then I have a little tiny lesson for you. And then you're done. We have our Zoom calls, which will be our class parties. And then hopefully I will see you guys on Friday to pick up your bags of stuff. And then we are all done with this school year. Can you believe it? So let's jump into our book, all right? You see this guy here? This is a koala bear, and his name is Kevin. And we are going to see what happens to Kevin in this book. Are you guys ready? In a wonderful place where the day was just dawning and the breezes blew soft on a warm golden morning, in a place where the creatures ran wild and played free, a koala called Kevin clung to a tree. Do you guys see Kevin? He's in a tree. Look at the trees. He's right here, clinging on to a branch. Clinging means he's holding on very tightly. A nicer gray fellow you would never meet, as soft as a soft thing from ear tufts to feet. His favorite way to relax in the sun was to cling and to nap and to munch on a leaf bun. And after all this, well, he'd need a nice rest. Yes, Kevin liked sticking to what Kevin knew best. You see, high up was safe, since he liked a slow pace, while the ground down below seemed a frightening place, too fast and too loud and too big and too strange. Nope, Kevin preferred not to move or to change. So he clung to his tree as he knew what to do, and he was never too keen to try anything new. So when Wombat stopped by and shouted one day, "Hey, Kevin, why don't you come down here to play?" I think he replied, "I should stay on my plant. I'm busy right now. No, I'm sorry, I can't." "Why not?" cried the Ruse, with a super loud cheer. "Yes, why?" called the Dingoes. "There's nothing to fear." Do you think Kevin's afraid to come down? He seems afraid, doesn't he? But Kevin, who'd never been one to act fast, said, "I've clinging to do, but it's nice that you asked." As Kevin sat watching them chatter and share, a part of him wished he could join in down there. But he knew he'd miss home, and it was so dark and so late. The whole thing was risky. The adventure could wait. Whatever the invite, he'd always say no. Oh dear. It seemed Kevin just couldn't let go. So his life was the same, no matter the day. The weeks came and went, and the months rolled away, and Kevin stayed still while the world moved around until he awoke to a worrying sound. Oh no, friends, what do you think is going to happen? Tap, 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 the sound went. Well, this was a blow. Tap, tappity, tap, 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 tap. Oh no. "Uncling!" the crowd called, which had gathered below. "Leap and we'll catch you. Just let yourself go." But Kevin was scared. Let go. No, I can't. "I won't," shouted Kevin. "Oh dear, I just..." "Can't." Whoosh. came down the tree, and with it bringing a crash and a wallop, a Kevin still clinging. Kevin, he carefully opened one eye and looked up at the love staring down from the sky. Then one paw by one paw, he loosened his hold. He felt springy and light and happy and bold. The worst he could think of had now come to pass, and he was just fine. Why, he felt quite first class. So when Wombat leaned over and held out his paw, Kevin no longer felt worry or doubt. And when Dingo asked, "Now will you come out to play?" the crowd all joined in with a "What do you say?" And even though this wasn't part of his plan, Kevin replied, "Yes, I think that I can." And Kevin, from then on, was always can do. Because life can be great when you try something new. Preschool friends, I love this book. It reminds me so much of all of the things you have proven to yourselves you can do this year. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think way back to the first day of school. Do you remember what it was like? Some of you had moms or dads join us for a little bit, but then when it was time to say go, most of us got really scared and we were sad to see our mommies and daddies go. And we were a little worried about what school was going to be like because it was so new. But friends, over this year, you have all become so brave. And you guys weren't nearly as scared or as worried. And look at all of the things we did this year. Friends, you learned your letters, you learned your name and numbers and shapes and colors. You played together, we adventured together, we read stories together. We did so many things. And remember what I always tell you when you say something is hard. You can do hard things. Preschool friends, I am so proud of you for all of the work you have done this year. And right now, I want you to take some time and think about something that you couldn't do when we started school, but you can do now. Maybe it's write your name. Maybe it's put things in a pattern. Maybe it's make a graph. Or maybe it's just being a good friend. I want you to think about something that you did this year that you didn't think you could do. And preschool friends, I always want you to remember that you can do hard things. I love you and I miss you and I can't wait to see you in our Zoom calls and I hope I get to wave at you on Friday. I'll see you soon, friends.